Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps, before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer and placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued?
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes, but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimmer here?
It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the locals. Can't blame them for staying at home.
May I ask you something?
Oh, you are fortunate. I will help you.
Is this familiar to you?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
May I ask you something?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Excuse me, just one question.
I can't tell you because I don't know.
It's a large harbor. If our kidnapper is hiding here, finding him won't be easy.
Help me, please.
You're lucky to find me.
Do you know anything about this?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in Warehouse 2. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
Can I ask you a question?
I can't help you with this.
How can I help? I could try and flag someone down. If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Good evening, Constable. I heard some people talking of ghosts in this warehouse.
Gossips, all of them. An old lady neighbour saw some lights and ghostly shapes in the middle of the night. She heard music too. Turns out this was the warehouse of Grandpa Kujak. He owned a business with theatre props for scary shows. I went in and... well, it is a bit creepy. But I think it was probably just some kids fooling around.
Do you mind if I take a look inside?
Not at all. It's like Madame Tussauds, only worse. I'll be on the beat round the pub for the rest of the night. Damned explosion. Good night, sir. I don't believe in ghosts. I did when I was a kid.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
An effective contraption. It still works. There was a box in the coffin. It was removed quite recently. They opened the casket and left marks. A herbal odour with an ethylic base. Liquor? Who is this intended to scare? Phosphorus, used recently. Where is this going? Several crates are missing. Somebody had fun. A small cart left those tracks. Inspired by the legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's most likely the ghost the old lady saw through the window. No brand or markings. It looks like a bulk product. Bottles of various shapes and sizes. I detect a mix of chemicals and aromas. Somebody played with phosphorus to give the illusion of ghosts or ectoplasm. In reality, they were here to mix a few ingredients and prepare a solution of some sort. Then they took a box hidden inside the casket. And they left through that gate with a small cart.
Medicine. A quick fix at an expensive price that drags the patient slowly into death. If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie? If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Could you help me?
Of course I know. To cut a long story short.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy...
Oh, not again. Yes, I'm Roy. But I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, but I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Now, where was I?
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. What are you on about? Can't help you there, mate. Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. What are you on about?
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there? That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while.
Excuse me, just one question.
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
May I ask you something?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Ma Dalton swears she saw ghosts in warehouse too. The coppers even went over there. Must be serious.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie? reputable establishment.
I've seen worse. Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the third pier, next to the dockyard.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
Your clothes are already tight, and soon they won't fit at all. How far along are you?
I thought I'd hidden it better. How did you know? Are you a doctor?
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego of one. I apologize, miss. Mr. Holmes is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. I would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread. Have you been drinking? Never heard of it. Doesn't look like anything to me. Doesn't look like anything to me. Have you been drinking?
Are you familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the port.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying. What can I get you?
Coffee won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Is there a doctor? Man is very sick here. It sounds as though those people will need my help.
May I ask you something?
I can't help you with this.
The coffee won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
May I ask for your assistance?
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
Hello, this is Dr. Watson. We'll take a look at your friend. Freshly dug up treasures, it seems.
Everything ends up in a river. It's a good thing these people take something from it.
The water has a curious whitish tinge to it. The subject is hyperventilating. He has a pale face and dilated pupils. Dilated pupils, decolorized skin, necrosis. What do you make of this, Doctor?
All signs point towards acute poisoning. It could possibly be due to chemicals. I won't jump to any conclusions yet.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
coughing won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Pile of rotten food. It carries danger, but not of the kind that we witnessed.
The coughing won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Gruesome. It's been decomposing for weeks. If this were the origin of the disease, it would have started sooner than a few days ago. The waterway goes under the buildings. We'll need to find other open sections in order to continue our search. Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dea?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother. She got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
How would you describe this Soulsby?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Do you still have the necklace that Soulsby gave to Girves?
Girves left it near the shrine. I tried to sell it to buy Amma medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
Don't go anywhere. This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
I miss Girves. Do you think he's okay?
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
I should have helped Amma put out the posters. If she hadn't been in the smoke so long, maybe she wouldn't be sick. I'm sorry about my English. I try hard, but the rules don't make sense. It's stupid.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
What are you gawping at?
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up. I wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know.
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you. Almost no fish the last couple of days.
The coffin won't go away, and the doctor's too pressing.
Is this familiar to you?
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
Is this familiar to you?
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
May I ask you something?
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Where are we? The field hospital? The cart from Warehouse 2.
I can hear the patient suffers with their lungs. The patient has a high temperature and is short of breath.
Good evening, sir. Are you the gentleman who sells that intriguing pecto-brain beverage?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Thomas Tippett, and yes, its proud inventor and purveyor.
Are you a doctor? You seem remarkably young.
I'm self-educated. I help people in need around these parts with my medicine.
Helping, as in bringing to the grave?
That is unfair, sir. The virtues of my invention are to calm the nerves, to stop coughing due to the endless smog, and to help children to sleep.
Has your beverage been tested by your peers or any medical authority? I am a doctor, and it appears that you are playing with people's lives, people who place their trust in you to ease their pain.
People need help, and drugs are expensive. My formula helps, and it's inexpensive. The product is dispensed from here only, so dose and usage are controlled. I looked into other patented medicines. They contain harmful or useless substrate, and they're sold in respected shops and pharmacies.
Do you realize what you are doing? You are playing with people's health.
You are a doctor. Take a look at my product. You won't find mercury, radium, lithium, or any other toxic substances drowned in alcohol and sold freely by so-called health professionals. I can show you how I work. Let me help people.
Watson, what do you make of this situation?
I'm not sure. Patent medicines can be a scourge, yes, but he is not entirely wrong in practice.
Why the haunted warehouse?
Well, nobody was using it, and people are afraid of ghosts. It kept them away until today. What I do is not entirely legal, but I do help people. I help up to 50 people here every day. It is working.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some... Do you feel like a meat pie?
Almost all men die from their remedies rather than their diseases. I want to change that. phosphorus. I thought it was funny, but you can't get rid of it.
The coffee won't go away and the doctor's too pricey. The coffee won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
A recent cart crash. Phenol, a dangerous substance often used as a sanitizer, coming from Spade Chemicals. The fish's scales have decolorized. What a disaster. May I ask you something?
You're lucky to find me.
Planks were broken with force. barrels of phenol from your company ended up in the canal. It has poisoned people. You will need to clean it up properly. Otherwise, we will inform the authorities.
What the? We will call the cleaning brigade immediately. I hope this can stay between us.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Gentlemen, the doctor here and I have found the source of the contamination. Spade Chemicals will take care of it.
That's pretty good news. But how long will it take? And what about our friend? Will someone pay for his treatment?
Pressurize the company. But for now, get rid of the stained clothes and rinse any phenol-affected skin. No one else should touch the canal today.
Thank you, we'll do that. Let's go to the chief doctor for help.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Won't go away, and the doctor's too pricey.
If everything goes well, I could open a cure centre in Lambeth and even Whitechapel after that.
If I need to, I'll work to support my family, just like my brother.
Pint of the Cursed Mermaid, with the thought of walking in this fog. I need a little Dutch courage. Walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
The coffin won't go away and the doctor's too pricey.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Emma's gone and Geirves too, so I will be staying here. Emma's gone and Geirves too, so I will be staying here.
Have you ever heard of a man with a metallic eye?
I've seen him even. Dirty Summers is the name. A nasty lout, with a silver ball in place of a missing eye.
I shudder to ask, but where does one find a Dirty Summers?
He likely signed on with a ship. I am not one to spy on others, let alone him.
I see.
My advice, keep away from him. After the incident the other day, it seems customers are staying at home. The people here are resilient. Tomorrow it'll all be forgotten.
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that? And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent kidnappings across London. He used your name as a cover for his deeds.
What? Really? That doesn't mean I'm involved.
Card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious. This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that? And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you'll...
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent
Boulder Dash. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent... Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious. This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting...
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent... Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make...
This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost...
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make...
This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in... Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to...
This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent... Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a...
This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on. A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent... Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a... It's true. And that's before mentioning your gold watch. It's brand new and awfully expensive for a customs officer. Clearly you have found yourself another source of income. I'm sure Scotland Yard will be delighted to investigate further.
All right, stop. Look, it's not as it seems. I did not partake in the kidnappings.
I'm all ears, Mr. Soulsby.
Yes, I know Summers. He paid me to turn a blind eye to his business in the warehouse area. Just that, on my word.
You did not tell me which warehouse he used?
I do not recall, but I use red paint to mark unsupervised warehouses. Ought to be one of them.
What else can you say of Summers?
He's a regular at the Cursed Mermaid. Goes there with his crew almost every evening.
What for?
I don't know. I assumed just for a drink. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the... Oh, that's just cruel, that is. I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog.
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about Dirty Summers than you're letting on?
I have nothing more to add, sir.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what? You sure you ain't been drinking? Are you finished? I have glasses to wash.
Why do I have the feeling that you know more Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was in...
You sure you ain't been drinking? Are you finished?
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about dirty... Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved...
You sure you ain't been drinking? Are you finished? I have
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about dirty... Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was... A customs officer, Roy Soulsby, testified that Summers was a regular here. You must know something about his business.
All I know is his drinks order.
If the lives of the missing do not concern you, then I would urge you to think about your unborn child.
Are you threatening me?
Nothing of the sort, but that doesn't mean that there won't be consequences for your silence. Everyone knows you happily served Summers and his crew. Should the police come knocking, you'll be the one going away. And none of us wish to see you raise a child behind bars. Now, spare yourself the trouble and tell me all you know.
Okay. Summers hired my private room. I think he used it to recruit people, but I haven't seen him in a few days. He paid me cash, so I paid him no attention. Nor did I touch anything inside. There's the key. Go and do what you will. Just leave me out of it. Be careful on the port, gentlemen. The fog is particularly thick tonight.
The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. £5. That won't go far. Strange symbols. I don't recognize them. Unlikely that this warehouse has the goods. Unlikely that this warehouse has the goods. Unlikely that this warehouse has the goods.
The coffin won't go away. The doctor's too pricey.
Wrong warehouse. Nothing to see here. Are you able to help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Really, Holmes, this ought to be beneath you.
As my brother would say, it is for the greater good. This crank saw some use. The layers of rust will prevent any movement. Fit for a crank. Well oiled and well maintained. It's stuck. No one's used it in a very long time. Mold. That's why you don't leave sailcloth lying out. Good quality, but torn in many spots. There are a couple of marks on this end. the scratches are fresh, left by something metallic. The hidden passage, just as I expected.